One of the elements of the Indiana Jones films is that some of the action takes place in exotic locations that are a pleasure for the audience to glimpse, and they provide dramatic context for the story, and we went to extraordinary places.
One of the exciting things about the Indiana Jones saga is that he travels all over the world. It's a real journey.
It's a new experience for me. It happens to me all the time.
And not only do we go on a journey with him as an audience, but when we were making the movies, we went on a journey as well around the world.
Basically, I did what I always do, is to start by getting the designer in the case of Raiders of Reynolds.
Excuse me.
Analysing and researching where we can find things to represent the various locations that are in the script. We ended up shooting the opening sequence exteriors with the biplane on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. I found a river that could have represented the South American river for the sequence of the biplane in the teaser at the front. So that's where all the locations in Hawaii were found. And then the French location where we started shooting in the port of La Palisse by La Rochelle on the Atlantic coast of France. The reason we went there was for the submarine that we were using in Raiders. This is always a problem to find this German U-boat. We'd had a bit of luck. Bavaria Studios in Munich were making a television series stroke feature film called Das Boot, and lying in the port of La Palisse was the submarine that they had built for the job. Perfect for us, absolutely perfect. And that's why France came into the picture. The first question I asked when they said it's in Egypt, I said, do we see the Sphinx, the pyramids, or any of that? I said, no, just the streets. I said, then we don't have to go to Egypt. Tunisia is a much easier place to shoot. Number one, it's a much smaller country. Number two, it's easily accessible from Europe. And we'd been there before on Star Wars, so I knew the country. So we never went to Egypt. We went there. We found the site for Tanis Dix. This was right in the area where we shot Star Wars. And the canyon where Indy is above them and they've got the arc going down is the same canyon where R2-D2 was taken by the Jawas in Star Wars. It's exactly the same location, slightly different angles, same location. So in a sense, it was there for us. And then we went to shoot Cairo. We went to a town called Kerouan, which actually means Little Cairo, so it was quite apt. And that's where we shot all the stuff in the streets that chases north, and right to the end of the blowing up of the vehicle, which was our last shot before we departed. But apart from that, we did the whole thing at L Street.
Traitor, you get your hand off of me! I've never done a film like that before, and by like that I mean, you know, in a big studio film with these fantastic sets built right in London at Elstree Studios. A lot of the environments that we're in the course of the film were built inside of a big studio like we're sitting in right now.
The Temple of Doom was set in India. I went to India first. Elliot Scott was the designer on this, and I did, again, what I always do, is go on a trip to find out where we're going to shoot the film so that we can schedule it and budget it. I travelled all over India, from way up in the north, a place called Simla, through Bombay, from Delhi, Mysore, Bangalore, all over there. I found basically all the locations, they were fairly well spread. The one I liked best was the Amber Palace in Jaipur that we'd been used as the Maharaja's Palace. I'd planned to go to Sri Lanka anyway and have a look, and so we went to Sri Lanka, found everything in Sri Lanka apart from Maharaja's Palace. They don't have them there. It's not part of their heritage. In the end, I rang George and I said, George, look, the only thing we haven't got in Sri Lanka is the Maharaja's Palace. How about a nice couple of matte shots? We build the courtyard on the back lot. We're going to shoot the interior of the studio anyway. And he agreed, and then I took him to Steve, and he agreed, and that's what we did.
We came from a small village.
Well, now, the village is actually interesting. It was around a town called Kandy, which is up in the hills. David Lean did major locations for Bridge on the River Kwai